Multi, and welcome to the 17th episode of the season series where we go through every NHL team in the alphabetical order and see how they will do in the regular season. I also give my opinion, will they make it to the playoffs or not, but that's in the end of the episode. And because this is the 17th episode, we've got the 16th team in our hands. It's time for Montreal Canadiens. As usual, we go through their Wikipedia page, their roster, and their prospects that may break through to their team in the camp that just started a couple of days ago. So, if you guys are a little bit bizarre how I do this, I do many episodes in a row, so that's why the dates you may see these might not be right, but that's how I do. And now let's get to the Montreal's Wikipedia page, and here we have it, guys. Montreal Canadiens, one of the original six teams, very good history, plays in the Eastern Conference in the Atlantic Division, was founded in the 1909, and as I said, great history, many great players there has played. Uh, in my eyes, one of my favorite all-time players who sadly passed away, was it last season, Jean Beliveau. Respect for him. I really adored the guy. I saw him play from some like tapes and that sort of stuff, how he played and what he meant for the organization. Uh, Also, some other players, Marsh or the Rocket Richard, who has his name on the trophy that the most goals scored player gets at the end of the season. Last season, Ovechkin won the Marius Richard Rocket Trophy. That's the end of that. And in every episode, we've also taken a look at the season by season results. That includes 5 last seasons, how they did qualify in the playoffs and in the regular season. So now we're doing that with the Montreal Canadiens. And as we can see, last year they reached the conference semifinals, but then lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning, who ended up going to the final, but then losing to Chicago Blackhawks. They had a pretty solid regular season. Last season, 50 wins, 22 losses, and 10 OT losses. And they've been in the couple of past seasons, they've been solid in the regular season, and only once they haven't qualified for the playoffs. And last season, I think they were close of going to the next round. They got the right players that they need to get the team started, but I think we should take a look at the players next. So that's the end of the Wikipedia page. If I missed something, please tell me and go check it by yourself. You can find it easily by just googling. And I think the team has won the most Stanley Cups in the history of NHL. I think 24, that's a lot. But as I said, now's the roster time. And here we have it, guys. As usual, I picked the players that pop into my eye and that I know a little bit, and the guys that I should recommend you to watch the next season. And let's start doing that. As the starting spot, we've got Jacob De La Rose. He was drafted a couple of seasons ago, and I'm not sure was the last season his first season there, but I think he's been a quality player for Sweden's junior teams. I think he played for Frölunda. I'm not sure in the Swedish Hockey League, but a very solid left winger and very young also. So another Swedish young forward for the league. That's a good thing. Then we've got Alex Galchenyuk. I think 3 years ago he was the second or third overall pick in the first round for Montreal Canadiens. I was a bit of surprised by that because I didn't know that they had won that little bit weaker season, because I've been used to that thing that they've been very solid in the regular season and in the playoffs. So I was a bit of surprised at that. A very young United States player, and will be one of the key players for next season for the team. And then Brendan Gallagher, he's very young. I think he played for Vancouver Giants, if I'm not incorrect, in his junior time, and definitely one of the better right wingers for the team. Then Max Pacioretty, the guy that is my favorite from the team. Many people, at least here in Finland, don't give this guy that much credit. He's been a very solid player for the Leafs many seasons. Last season he nearly got 40 goals, which in the modern NHL is a very high stat if you reach that. Very quality left winger, great shot, likes to do hitting and is also good on defense. Then I'm not gonna take a look at Thomas Plekanec. Many of you guys know him. He's been the Montreal's starting first liner all seasons. Very solid there. And then an interesting pickup for them in Alexander Semin. In his best times in Washington, he was a very good goal scorer, but now his career has gone a little bit down. As I said, Russian has been a very good goal scorer, as many of the Russian players are. Hopefully will get his career right on track. Then the defenseman in Nathan Bellevue is the first one to be this Canadian left-handed shooter. He's very young, and that's why he'll be one of the better prospects for the defense of the team, because I think they need to a little bit younger. I think, I'm not sure is that how you say it, but they need to get more young defensemen there. We've got a little bit older guys in Yemelin and Gilbert and Markov. Those guys, you need to get some guys to add up to the team. Of course, these all three guys are very quality defensemen, the modern, but the defensive part is going to need a little more young guys there. And then I think he won a couple seasons ago the best defenseman in the NHL. Sure, hopefully it'll say, but PK Subban, a very quality right-handed shooter. My respect levels for him are out of this world. If you haven't read the news that he gave the hospital, I'm not sure what hospital, sorry for that, but he gave them 10 million for their use, like for charity and that sort of stuff. I have very respect for that, all players that do that, because they've got the money and there's people that need help. And in modern day, money gives much of security and safe for many people. But that's the end of that. PK Subban, a very quality point scoring defenseman and a very great slap shot. And then do the goalies. Carey Price last season, undoubtedly the best player in my eyes for the National Hockey League. Was one of the biggest reasons why they won the division championship. I'm not sure that they won the conference championship. I think they were at least close even, or they might have even won that. Didn't check that a couple seconds ago, but very solid stats for him, and he'll be in the net of the Canadiens for many seasons to come. And there's been many other goalies in the system of the Canadiens, so he'll join to them. Patrick Roy, for example, played there. George Vezina, know how you pronounce his name. And then there was Jack Plant. All of them are very historic players, and Carey Price will be one of them when he starts retiring in the next 15 seasons. But now we take a closer look at the players. Chose, as I said, Jacob De La Rose, second round pick for them in the 2013 entry draft. Okay, he hasn't even played for Frölunda in the Swedish Hockey League. He played for Leksands in the, I'm not sure was Leksand at the time, the Swedish Hockey League, or were they in the Allsvenskan, but still haven't got that many points in his career at there. But last season, that is rookie season, it seems, the 6 points isn't that great, but I think he didn't got the time that he would have needed to be there. In my eyes, possible third liner and young, so he can develop a lot. Alex Galchenyuk, young and has developed, was the third overall set in the 2012 entry draft, picked originally by them, and I think he's got much things to do. He hasn't been that solid yet in his career for the team. Last season's 20 goals are a good start for him. He's only 21 years old, and as we take a look at the Sarnia Sting, for example, in his OHL career, he's got potential to be a 70-point scorer because the team in itself is so quality, and I think Galchenyuk will be the starting first liner for them in the next season. I think he will get this game on. Brendan Gallagher, same things can be said from him. Last season 47 points, but if you compare his NHL points to his Vancouver Giants in the Western Hockey League points, we can see that there's plenty more to come in my eyes. Definitely a great goal scorer, a great slap shot, and was a 5th round pick, which is a bit of a surprise for me, because he's been so solid in his junior times. But you don't draft the players by their points, you draft the players how they play, and Brendan Gallagher has got himself a spot in the Montreal Canadiens team. Definitely, hopefully in the first line. I think it would be a great line if they would add Pacioretty, Galchenyuk and Brendan Gallagher to each other. Now to the third link. In my eyes, the best and the strongest of the 3 players that I would include in the first line. Last season, 37 goals and 67 assists. There hasn't been that many point scorers for them. I think 67 points. I think Montreal Pacioretty was the best point scorer for the team last season. So 67 points for this sort of team. I know that they've got a great solid goaltender that lets you win even though you don't score that much, but in my eyes your best point scorer needs to be somewhere 75 or 80 in the modern day, and I think each team has got potential for that. In Pacioretty was there originally picked in the 07 draft in the first round, in the 22nd overall. Very quality left wing, and I'll be looking 80 points for him next season. Very high in my opinion. Nathan Bellion last season didn't play that much for them. I think he's got some. Okay, he played that. I was looking at the career playoff stats. So he got but 64 games played and 9 points. And again, if you look at the time that he have had in the St. John Sea Dogs for Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, we look much more from him. He's young, time to develop, and I think he should get some time to play there and get used to the speed of the NHL. And 40 points I'll look for him next season, because there is that many other like puck handling prospects, left-handed players for them. PK Subban, one of the elite players for that team, last season was very solid, 60 points. I'm not sure who won the best defenseman last season. Was it Eric Carson or Shea Weber or PK Subban? But definitely one of the better players in the defenseman spot in the NHL. As a second round pick for the Montreal Canadiens in the 0700 draft. There's been many players that they chose and they've developed a lot, so that tells you of the knowledge they put on the scouts and drafting and that sort of stuff. But definitely Subban in the second round was a hijack back then. Of course you wouldn't have known that at the time, but nowadays you can say that, and I think 60 points or 50 points for this kind of player, this team is very quality, because he also likes to play very hard and on the defensive end, very quality defenseman. And then the goalie Carey Price, last season's numbers, we can all say that he's been a quality goaltender. Played for the Canadian Olympics team, and last season with the Montreal, 44 wins, 16 losses, and 6 OTs and 9 shootouts, and goals against average 1.96. So if you let only under 2 goals a game, you got these guys like Pacioretty, Gallagher, Galchenyuk, Lakanec, Eller. Next season there will be Semin. Who else? Then PK Subban on the defensive side. You've got a high chance to win. The team itself has been built so carefully, and I think that they will, and Carey Price will make them very competitive against every team in the NHL next season. So I think Carey Price won 4 trophies last season. That's what I think. I'm not sure. And I'll also should tell that there's plenty of other players that are very good too, second or third liners in David Smith-Pelly or Jack Cassian or David Desharnais. But now we don't anymore take a look at this roster, but now we go to the prospects, and the same thing goes on. I picked players, and that's how it goes. First, Arturi Lehkonen. I should always take a look at these Finnish players. Lehkonen was the second round pick for them. Was he 45th or what overall? I'm not sure, but a little bit smaller guy. I'm sure too many of you Montreal fans know him, but I think he played for Frölunda, and at the time he used to play for my hometown city in Kalpa, but I think he started his hockey career when he was a junior, very small kid in the TPS in Turku. I'm not sure, but very quality left winger, small. Hopefully will get his chance in the NHL because I'd like to see many more other Finns to get to the league. Need a Sherback, left-handed shooter, and plays in the right wing. Russian, very quality goal scorer for. Who did he play for? I'm not sure. But very quality, has got many points. I'm not sure what round was he drafted, but very quality, as I've said many times. Chart Nordi. I'm not sure why he wasn't in the roster, because I think he should have been there. Very quality, a bigger prospect for them. Likes to eat, isn't that good on the offensive side, but still can do the stuff that he is needed to do, and that's his defensive-minded game. As said, very quality, and hopefully we'll get this game on, because there isn't that many hitting left-sided defensemen for Montreal's team, and I think that Tinordi will be the next one. Then Jackery Foucault, I think he's the goaltender for Halifax Mooseheads. Was he a first round pick a couple of seasons ago? I think he was. Has played for the under 20s, but we go look at them when we got time for him. But now Lehkonen, second round, 55th overall, and has played for Frölunda, as I said. And I think I've gone pretty clear all these. Very small and not that heavy, so I think he should get more like physique in his play, because in NHL you really need that, because if you're a small guy that isn't that strong, there's a big chance of you getting injuries when some bigger guy gets you. Then Nikita Sherback, first round pick in the 2014 entry draft, has played for Everett Silvertips, and as we can see, nearly 30 goals in his both Western Hockey League seasons. Definitely will not play next season there. Hopefully will get his time in the AHL, and maybe a couple seasons to come will play in the NHL, because we need Montreal needs his second liner goal scorers pretty badly in my eyes. Jared Tinordi, first round pick for Montreal, and played for 13 games for the team last season. I think his rookie season's gone, and definitely isn't that kind of a point scorer kind of defenseman, but as I said, defense is the key for this guy's play. And then Zachary Foucault was a second round pick, okay, 36 overall, and Halifax Mooseheads and the Canadiens were junior championships. And there's this other goalie for Montreal at the moment, Tokarski. He's young, so I think he'll start there. Foucault, I'm not sure how the standards go. Will he play in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League next season, or will he play for the AHL? Hopefully will play in the AHL, because there's the men's game, and in the juniors there's juniors game, and I think Foucault will develop a little bit better in the AHL. Nothing bad to say about the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, so don't be worried of that. And I think this is the roster, prospects, and Wikipedia done. And now we should do a conclusion. How will they end up in the regular season and after that? So I think this team has got loads of potential. They've got great first line, great second line, and great third line, and also fourth line. So their all forwards are done. As I said in somewhat time at the episode, I think they should do and give some other younger defensemen a little bit time there. But if you don't have the prospects for that, then you shouldn't just fulfill them, because all these older guys there are very quality still, and will be very competitive next season. And in goalie, you got the best goalie in the whole NHL, so I think that's pretty clear that they will make it to the playoffs. But how far, I'm not sure yet, but we'll see at some point. And I think this is it, guys. This has been the 17th episode, and next time we'll be taking a look at the Nashville Predators. The same stuff over again, different team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, tell your opinions in the comments, and remember, guys, you saw nothing. Bye.